to go over a 2-beat weave, and then we're also going to go over a 3-beat weave at the same time today, because I feel like the 2-beat weave really leads everybody into a 3-beat weave, which is really fun and exciting, and pretty much the goal that you're trying to accomplish when you first start to weave. And so most beginners, how I have them start, my students anyways, is just to be comfortable crossing over your body, is to start in actually same time, and then be able to cross them over with right on top and then left on top. And how you can first accomplish this is going ahead and losing one poi, starting with your dominant hand. I'm going to start with my right. Starting in an overhand position, which is always easier for everybody. And going ahead and making sure that your planes are quite flush, both on the right and on the left. Okay. So please note that when you are crossed over to the opposite side, so my right side being on my left side of my body now, I'm now in an underhand spinning position. So when I come back, I'm back in overhand, palm going down to the ground, and as I cross, knuckles scooping into the ground, coming forward now. Poi coming up and forward away from me, back to my right, again. Okay, still forward and over away from me. Okay, same direction. Nice big figure 8. Make sure that your planes are nice and even on the sides. Go ahead and match that movement on your left side. Left side's going to be a little bit trickier, as it's most people's non-dominant hand. Over, bring it up to the right. Big scooping motion, pointing those knuckles where you want the poi to go, making sure it's flush with your body. Bring it back and forth. Nice figure 8 in front of your body. Let's go ahead and pick up our second poi. One of mine is missing second finger holder, so I'm stuck with just the one today, unfortunately. So again, if we're going to start in the same time, 1, 2, 3, 4, same beat, we're just going to practice crossing over at the same time. However, we are going to need to give one side a little bit of a head start so that our lines don't cross and our poi don't hit each other. So we're going to make sure that we can do crossovers with both our right hand over and our left hand over. So as you can see, I can alternate right hands on top, my left hands on top, my right hands on top, my left hands on top. So when you first begin this, you're going to get your lines crossed, you're going to get stuck, you're going to be hitting yourself. So always never fear to go ahead and put that one poi down again and make sure that those lines, planes are nice and flush. Okay. Another trick that you can do also is come over and cross and sit in it. Well, what's going on here? You know, one's hitting the other, coming in a little bit more. Let me even it. Okay, so now I'm a little bit straighter. My left is still a little bit wonky, it's my non-dominant hand. Always trying to practice more on my non-dominant side. Come back, and I'm going to put my left side over. Hit the kitty there. So my arms are quite crossed when I'm in this position, making sure that I'm hitting both planes nicely. Back, forward. Don't feel like you have to go so fast when this is your first time. Go ahead and do your right crossover, sit in it for a minute, and your left crossover, sit in it for a minute. Right crossover, couple rounds, left crossover, couple rounds. Then keep going back and forth. Right cross, round, left cross, round. Right cross, round, left cross, round. Right, left, right, left. Okay? So now we're going to enter into what we call a 2-beat weave. And for the 2-beat weave, we're going to first establish what we call split time. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So our poi are no longer moving together. They're actually moving opposite. Or some people feel in their mind it's kind of like one's following the other as well. Sometimes we don't really want to think of things splitting apart. That forces us to use both our left and right side of their brains at the same time, which we all know as human beings doesn't work very well. So, again, we just want to be able to count that beat. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2. And I'm going to show you what happens when we enter a 2-beat weave. It's going to be the same exact movement that we've been doing before, where one point crosses over and back. The other point crosses over and back. But this time, what we're going to do is, again, we're going to put one point down, and I'm going to have you start again with your dominant side, most likely your right. Put your other arm out. And we're going to practice going over this arm and then under this arm. Over, round, under, back to around. Over and around, under. Side, over, under. Go ahead and repeat that on your left side. Arm out, coming over the arm, back to the left, and under the arm, back to the left. Over the arm, back to the left, under the arm, back to the left. Beautiful. So now we're going to put the two of those together with our point and split time. And so again, one point is going to feel like it's following the other, and I like to put first my left down, right over, right back. Okay? Left down, right over, right back. Okay? So I'm pushing my left down first, my right is crossing over and coming back. So now I'm going to do the same thing on my left side. I'm going to establish my split time, and I'm going to put my right down first so that my left can come over and back. Left can come over and back. Left can come over and back. So now that I've been able to accomplish getting both my right on top and my left on top, I'm going to start alternating the two. Again, it's a split time. Coming in with my left one first, right side over, do a round, going left side first, right side over, right side over, left side over, left side over, right side over. once you no longer have to take a pause on either side, crossing over with your right and your left on top, then you will officially be doing a 2-beat weave. Before you move on to your 3-beat weave, make sure you're very comfortable in your 2-beat weave and that you can move around with it. Low, moving high, and walking. Just 1 or 2 steps is always a good way to start. So now let's get into our 3-beat weave. So it might sound a little bit confused. What else can we do other than crossing? Well, I'll show you exactly what you can do. And first I'm going to break down exactly what a 3-beat weave is doing for you. Again, it's the same very motion, going back and forth on either side of the body, creating that figure 8. But with a 3-beat weave, what happens is we do 1 round on the side that we're spinning in, and it comes down on top of the arm on the other side and does a round, and then it does another round underneath the arm as well. So we're spinning 1 round on one side, 2 rounds on the other, and obviously we're mirroring that in our other hand. So I'll show it to you now. So we are constantly crossing our arms. Crossing, crossing. Right arm on top, left arm. Left arm on top, right arm. Left arm on top, right arm. And if you watch my right for just a moment, right, left, left, right, left, left, right, left, left. Go ahead and watch my left arm for a moment. Left, right, right. Left, right, right, left, right, right. So you can see that 3-beat pattern that we are creating. And again, it always feels like one is chasing the other around. We're always in split time. When you're practicing this 3-beat weave, don't worry so much about which arm you're starting with, which arm is crossing over. Now that you're alternating, it no longer matters which way you start. You will definitely find a way that works for you best, that you kind of take on. I, for some reason, really like to start with my left. Now my right crossing over first. But it's the very same thing if I start with my right over first, bringing in my left over, because we are alternating the movement, mirroring the movement on the same side, alternating those arms, right over, left over, right over, left over. Go ahead and look at where my arms are, I'm crossing my forearms pretty on the wrist end of my forearms, near either the middle or towards my wrist. We're not crossing over at our elbows. Okay, we're doing a little bit, making too much work for our arms there. Your hands and arms should be in front of your torso when you're comfortably practicing, so that you're not wasting any energy being way up here or way down here. We never want to feel like we're reaching. We should be able to stand comfortably as we practice. And then movement will come once we feel comfortable. Bringing it down, bringing it up, bringing it back down, walking with it. Bringing it down, bringing it up. There is your major introduction to weaves. So it's quite a push there from the very beginner that's never entered the cross. Give yourself a very long time to get up to the 3-beat weave. The 2-beat is just as beautiful, and the crossing over is just as exhilarating. Please note that when you are crossing over, because we are at the same time, it will be more likely that your chains do cross, okay, and that you could get snagged. I know that a lot of beginners get really jazzed about lighting their koi on fire, and I always encourage everybody to do so with the proper safety. It's a total blast. However, with that in mind, that even though we learned this at the very beginning, crossing over, crossing back, your time must be impeccable when you are crossing over. As you all know, through your practicing, if they get snagged, and you do not want to get snagged as a beginner with your koi on fire, I would suggest for your first fire spin to do a 2-beat. When your very first fire spin, back to the sides. Because our koi are always split time, so there's much less chance of them to be crossing as much as when we are crossing together. Okay, so have fun and be safe.